What's up, every pony? Looks like I'm doing another tutorial here on how to make their legs separate, since people have been asking that. I've never done this before other than on custom rigs, so this will be a learning experience for both of us. But first off, you'd want an original photo of him like this, or whatever you're working with. Another photo of him that's where sphinxed or whatever, spliced like this, where his limbs are all like this. There will be a little bit of an error in some areas like that, for example, and you'll just have to manually brush tool that out later, probably. And you'll also have something like this, where you'll want his front two arms raised, but his hooves on the bottom. And just compile it all in one PSD like this. Then you think, and then layer original, raised, sphinxed, or whatever. I honestly have no idea how I'm going to do this still. First off, what I would do is get the paths tool. You're going to have to know how to use the pen tool, most likely. Path tool. Cut from right here. And then down his leg. And then just follow along. And just to make sure I did this right, I'm going to be smart. Pretty accurate. Yeah, that looks like a leg. I got a Skype message. Hitler's foot. Yeah, and just do it as accurately as you can. Then what you can do is make selection, 0 pixel radius, copy, paste. Leg 1. Duplicate layer. Leg 1, copy. May have to resize this a little bit. Oh. And then fill. There we go. Looks about right. Then put it in the back like that. It looks natural, other than the X. Yep, there we go. Okay, let's do that to the back leg. As you can see, I'm starting to get lazy because I really don't need that part perfect. Here is where I start needing it to be perfect. There we go. Back leg. Make selection. Copy the original. Leg 2. Okay, let's see. Match it up as perfectly as you want. No, you don't. Wrong leg. Okay, let's get color codes for this. There we go. Okay, let's look at it on this fixed one. Oh shit. That needs to be on that one perfectly, doesn't it? Yep. Use your arrow keys on your keyboard to match that up very perfectly. That's what I just did. Okay, behind leg 1. Just get the brush tool. Now the fill tool. Get the fill tool. Put his other legs back. Got an asphyxiated glaze. Or whatever asphyxiated means. I honestly don't really know. What would I do next? I suppose fix his body. So what I would do is get another path. I am probably making this a lot harder than it should be. I don't know. Okay. Get one of those paths. Match it up to his tummy just perfectly. Or whatever lines will start being affected. Don't want his leg touching it at all. Okay. Make selection. The original glaze to be put over this fixed. Back to the paths. One last time. And then fix his tummy. Not that hard. Make selection. Go to fixed layer, backspace, and do that to every error you have on him. You now have a fully fixing glaze. I don't think we even needed that raised shit. And then poof poof. All you really need is this leg though to move. You'd be smartest. But if you ever need this leg to move, you can do that too. Just oh yeah, that reminds me. Let's erase these front two legs for a second. And this is another part you might have the pen tool or brush tool. This one really doesn't matter. I would prefer pen tool since it's extremely accurate. Yeah, do this as accurately as you can. Again, another part where it would be a lot easier if you didn't have his wing on him first. I really should have not had that. I've done a winged creature at all, honestly. Get the color. Go to this fix layer. Right click, fill path, foreground color. Now watch. What? Oh, not this fix. Go to the freaking original. Or fix. And then these last parts, you'll just want to brush tool them out, or pen tool them out, your choice. Yeah, I'm gonna pen tool it. And then just do what you think the natural curve would be. There are other ways to pen tool. This is just my version of a pen tool. It's like a cheap ass, hey, I learned how to do this in a couple minutes type pen. That's how I pen tool it. I'm gonna have to do some serious editing. Ah! See? And it looks pretty natural with both of his legs on. Then let's go to PMV storage. No, that's the wrong folder. I got a new hard drive. Rigs. Multi-leg test. And you'll want to bring them over. Okay, that's opening up. Just so you know, you could also use the magic tool if you're good with that. I just hate that tool with my soul. Mainly because it usually accesses 3 pixels, and that makes all the difference. So it's better to learn with the pen tool. Then open the multi-leg PSD. Yes, it will open it up. Go to editable layer styles, and then do it through compositions, and then just click OK. Then let's go into his composition. And look at this. There's 2 ways you can make him move his joints. You could either rotate it, but you'll have to move this, dot, cent. Okay, you can't rotate it. Maybe. What is this tool? Pan? Oh, nope, you can't. Say you want, which leg is leg 1? Say you wanted this leg to do something. Puppet tool. What I would do is I would use the mesh to see what's happening. Then this is where you could, I don't prefer using control, especially on this one. Which one is this? Puppet pin number 2. Let's move this to 5. Make him do something in 2 seconds. Guesstimate. Then you might want to smooth out the animation a little bit. Yeah, it's still short. It's like he's extending it until you're satisfied with his joint movement. Which I really am not satisfied with this. But it's just a tutorial. That's going to have a lot of editing since it's already 20 minutes. Now let's look at that. Locking existing frames. I hate that rendering. This is a little bit advanced because I've never done it before. But I've worked with much more complicated shit. See, there's a little bit of an error over there that easily could be fixed if you took more time building it. This is just a quick SketchUp that I put. I mean, honestly, I made this tutorial on the spot after being bored for hours and hours. And actually, I just got back from school open house. How long can it take to load? Oh. You can make him do something like that. Here's where it might get a bit complicated. What you'll want to do is, in this one, you'll want to make the leg that you modified invisible. Then, in the main composition, you'll want to paste it over with all the attributes and everything. Resize the test thingy, or whatever you're using, and then copy and paste the transform into the leg. Which will do that. The reason being is, if you had it in this one, it would have line errors for whenever you add more body animations. And then what you'll want to do is you'll want to drag this to be, if you want it to move around the screen, you'll drag that to be parented. And then watch. If you have this one, this also teaches parents, yay. one right here, and if you wanted him to be over here, see? It moves with him. But if it's not parented, yeah, you'll want it to be all parented. And it'll move with him as he head bobs. This is just an example of movement. I would have, if I was doing this for a real video, I'd have done smoother and spent around 30 minutes, probably 30, 40 minutes on the rig, but I just wanted it to where it was understandable. I know it was a bit complicated and I could have done easier, but what are you going to do? You're trying to make an animation. There's hundreds of ways to do the same thing. Thank you, and